Hi everybody, welcome to the thumb. Today, I should say, let me back up. Last night, my coal bed was getting a little too high, so I didn't put as much wood in as maybe I should have. It's hard to regulate when it's cold out. You just throw as much wood in there as you can and hope it's still there in the morning. But yeah, when it starts to warm up, then you start to back off. So I try to not let that coal bed get above where the air blows into the into the firebox. So this time I'm sure it's below that, which is fine because I wanted it to burn out, but it is down to, well, I don't know how long it's been running, but it's down to 170 degrees. Let me open the doors up and I'll show you what we got going. So here's what's going on. Let me turn the light on. Yeah, here's what's going on. So you can see where the ashes fall down through that, where the smoke goes out of the firebox here. The ashes go out there too. So, and they're piling up in the bottom. I need to clean that out. But if you look along the sides, you can see how all that creosote and all that stuff is sticking to that plate. The 760s are different than this, but this has just basically, it's a flat plate along the whole side. But then behind that, there's an air chamber, and there's holes in that plate. But if you let it get too high for too long, well, then all that creosote just drains down the side of the box here, and it kind of runs inside of that, and inside of the air intake thing. And yeah, it plugs it up basically. There was the first year I had this, I didn't even make it through the hole. I didn't stop it and clean it out, but yeah, when I went to clean it out in the summer, it was, one side was completely plugged, and it was not fun to get out. This year I didn't even tear them apart this summer. Before I usually just take them off, clean everything out as good as I can in the summer, but this year I didn't. And so far it's still going, and it's climbing up on February. Yeah, I'm gonna level out that coal bed, and then I'll show you what we got going again. Well, I got it kind of cleaned up, ready for wood again. What you see along the edge, I got that as clean as I could, and then along both sides. But you can kind of see the little, anybody's got one of these knows what I'm talking about, but anybody that doesn't, you can see, if you look close, there's little holes in there. Smoke's getting in my eyes. But yeah, what I like to do is just clean it out around the edge as much as I can, kind of pile up everything in the center. I put a little wood in there just to kind of keep the airflow going out of this thing in good shape. But you can kind of see along the edge where the creosote's starting to burn off. And when I'm trying to burn that off down there, I just kind of take my time. I let it burn off because it's critical. In fact, I probably should chip some more of that off of there. But anyway, that's critical if you want to keep this thing running all winter long without having to tear it apart. Yeah, it's critical to keep that coal bed down. I think the owner's manual said like they want like a 3-inch bed, which I don't know. I guess it's possible to. I'd say you could probably average 3 inches, but when it's cold out, you don't want to dare let it go out. But yeah, you don't want to let them coals get heaped up, and yeah, that just causes trouble too. So yeah, there is a happy medium there, or a sweet spot. But all I can say is just it's a learning curve. I mean, anybody that's got one of these for the first year, you're gonna find things out that you think it's easy at first, and then you get towards the end of the season, and the efficiency starts to taper off, and it's probably because those sides are plugged. It happened to me 2 years in a row. One year it happened about halfway through, and that was the first year. Then the second year, thought I had it figured out, and I didn't. And but yeah, now it's pretty good. I'm pretty confident I can make it all the way through, even though I didn't clean it out last summer. But anyway, you can see it's starting to burn off there, and I'm going to let it burn off, and I appreciate you guys watching Thumb Country Stuff, and take her easy.